Good morning, midnight coders. So, I hope everybody is well rested and caffeinated. In today's video, or today's stream, we are going to pick up where we left off yesterday. So, for those of you that were with me yesterday, we had picked a little bit more at the RuneHero bot. We introduced, we fixed up the way of um, unequipping and equipping items so that they got added and removed from your inventory respectively. We also started looking um, at being able to burn logs. So we had began the journey of introducing a new skill to our RuneHero bot, fire making. So in today's video, we're gonna pick up where we left off, and we are going to continue on. We'll build out the fire making skill, and if all goes well with that, and we still have some time, we will then begin to take a look at our blacksmithing skill. We will take a look at seeing if we can make it so that we can create a way to smelt bars or smelt ores into bars. And then if we still have time, we'll work on adding anvils to given areas so that we can then hammer our bars into actual metal items. So, if that sounds exciting, or if you're just looking to hang out, chill with me, and watch me in a funny hat do some code and work on a game, or maybe you want to watch my cat go to sleep over in the corner on the top of the chair. Either way, let's make sure you've got a full cup of coffee. Coffee, not copy. Coffee. Everybody likes coffee. And we'll dive on in. So, let's replace me from here to here. Let's take a little look at our Discord bot. For those of you who are unaware of what this is a little recap. RuneHero is a Discord RPG bot that I had begun work on back in 2022, but I kept putting off on the back burner and putting it off and putting it off, and I am now working on it again throughout the week, every couple of hours in the morning. The idea is that you have if you've ever been around like me through the 90s and you remember the good old days of text-based RPG games where you just sort of interacted with a screen and some text to do stuff, this is sort of a step up from that. This is interacting with Discord embed messages via buttons, select menus, and form inputs. You are able to explore the world of Gielinor. You're able to fight familiar mobs and train familiar skills. So here is my hero. You can see that I'm not currently working. I am idle. My bank is worth quite a bit. I can click on my profile. I can see, again, my name, my level, my account information. So it tells me my account level is 22. I currently have yada yada XP, my XP till my next account level. And then down here you can see a little bit more related stuff. So I am of a class ranger. I have a current job is castle guard, and I make 25k or 2,500 an hour. So what that means is that when I go over to work, I can send my avatar off to work for an hour. So that would just mean that he would gain X amount of money and X amount of XP per hour based on my. At the XP is based off the guard level or your job title. Same thing with your experience per hour or your base wage. So that would be $2,500 per or gold pieces per hour, and I forget what the XP is. But you can then see the different skills that we have. Maybe. There we go. Took it a second. So you can see the different skills we have, our combat skills that mentioned between our 3 attack styles, magic, range, and melee. We then have our defense, our hit points or health, and then we have our skills. So our gathering skills, our mining, woodcutting, fishing, and we have our cooking and blacksmithing. I have to add in fire making to this because that's the new one that we were picking at yesterday, and it's going to be the one that we're adding into today. Down here, you can see that we have a backpack. You can see what items you have in your backpack. Now, RuneScape typically has 28. Discord only allows 25 fields per embed message. So our inventory is 24 slots because the first one is taken up by our name. And yeah, so we also have a gear tab. The gear tab, we can also see how our PvP status is, about what we've been killing and dying to. We can see our PvM status, about, again, what we've been killing and dying to. And then, of course, we have our quiver and our other equipment slots. I just noticed now that my adamant bolts went to my cape and not my quiver. Just noticed that. I'll have to get that fixed up. Down here in the bottom, you can see your equipment bonuses. So this is not as verbose as old school. Rather, you only get your max hit and your max block. Maximum block is just the amount of damage you're able to block based on your equipment. Now we can also we finished our equipping, so we can equip items, and we finished our unequip so that we can take items off. Things to be added in the future are settings, so that you can do things like toggle auto equip. There's going to be some other features that I am going to be adding in, such as I can't even think of them right now. I have to look at Trello. But there's other features that will be added in later, and spells. There's going to be a spell book that you're going to be able to flip between combat and utility spells, as well as teleportation spells, and so forth from there. So if we click on the Explore button, we take ourselves into whatever city we were in last. In my case, I have been in Faldor because we also added in a mining guild yesterday. We did not add any level restrictions yet. That's something that I have to come through at a later date, and we need to implement level restrictions across equipment and things like the mining guild. We're also going to be adding in the cooking guild into Varrock, where we'll also need to add in a little requirement there as well. We'll stick in the crafting guild in Faldor, and again, or south of Faldor, and again add in requirements there. As of right now, there are no requirements. There are no requirements for the items or for the equipment or anything like that. They exist. They do exist. They're just not checking for them yet. So again, we can choose to do whatever we want here. what we were working on is if we happen to traverse into the mining guild, for example, there is an option of campfire for the cooking source. So we have the a button down here to burn logs. And what we're working on today is when we click on burn logs, we want the the bot to check our and we wrote a little bit of this code yesterday. So if we were to pop me down into the lower corner and bring up a code, what we did yesterday was we added this button here so that we could so that this way we could begin to see if the player has a tinderbox, and then we have a way to get the available logs from the player's backpack. And what we done yesterday was we wrote up a way to get the valid IDs of logs, and then we made a way to check to see if with all the logs that we have on hand. Now, that was where we left off at. The thing that we had to do, I did this morning. We needed to check to see to remove any duplicated items from this logs on hand. So what I had done here was I had made a new list, and we filled that list up with the items, and we streamed them in, and we filter over the item IDs to make sure that we have the valid IDs. So make sure that the item is, of course, a valid log, and then we stick it in a list. Now we take this collector, or we collect it to a list, but in here we're going to go into the collectors. Goodness, I'm tripping over my tongue. Now we're going to go into the collectors, and we're actually going to map each item by getting its item ID to its item, and then we want to do some comparison down here. We're looking to see the existing items and the item we're just ignoring, but we are taking the existing items, so since we're not looking to have duplicates, and we're sticking that into a linked list or a linked hash map. That's going to come back with a list of just the existing items. And my cat totally just came on my lap, walked on my cord, and decided to be a little bit of a nuisance. Yes, you. Ears folded. You're a bit of a nuisance. You want to say hi to people? Sat down on my lap. Oh, kitty, kitty, kitty. Kitty cat. Oh, 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 oh. Say hi to the people. No? You're gonna go limp? Okay. Alright. If you've got a cat that likes to sit on your lap while you code and keep your lap warm, hit that like button. I've got a few cats, but this little guy, Eros, tends to like to make himself known. Alright, so now that we have a way to get the full list of the logs without any sort of duplicated log items in it, we come down here. We make sure that they have a tinderbox and logs. We check to see if they do not have a tinderbox. We reply to them telling them that they don't have a tinderbox, and we stop. We fail fast. Next, we check to see if the available logs happens to be an empty list, meaning that they have nothing to burn. We then return, hey, you've got nothing to burn. So once we come down here, we now know that we actually have logs to burn. So what we need to do here is to create a select menu from the list of logs that we have. So we're going to come in here, and we are going to loop over the available logs, and for each available log, we're going to make a new select option and stick it into this list. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm just doing some formatting to this because it's just sort of how I do. All right, so now this is, I believe, the label and the value. Okay, so the label doesn't actually change. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do a little magic so that we can um, oh, it's not item, it's log. We're gonna get the item ID, the um, so the label is going to be the log to burn, and we're going to then concatenate the item ID onto it so that we want to be able to know what log we're burning. There we go. Had to make that happy. All right, so again, this is what, label value? Maybe I got that backwards then. Label is the thing you see, value is the thing you don't. Well, I got that backwards. I think. Do I? Yes, okay. So that's what I want to do. Okay. Okay. All right, so I think that's more what I'm looking to do here. Okay. So we're looking to stick or make a new selection label or a new selection option. We're going to stick the item name. Okay. We're going to stick the item name on the selection so we know what we're selecting, and the value is going to be the ID of it so that we know, on the other hand, what to do with it. So now there we go. Let's call that var. All right, so now what we're doing here is we're creating a new string select menu. So this is, we're going to create this and give it an identifier or an ID of select log to burn, so that we can identify the button later or the select menu later and be able to handle it appropriately. So we're going to come in here, we're going to make a placeholder saying select log to burn, and then we're going to add in all of our logs that we have to burn, and then we're going to build that menu. So now what we want to do here is I didn't grab the original embed or anything like that, did I? No. Okay, because now we're looking to reply with this burn menu. So event dot da, 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 da. Yeah, edit message. S dot So I have two. I've got the two button rows that I want to copy. Then I want to add in a new action row of the blur, and then I want of the blur of the burn, and then down here I want to stick in rows, and then I want to do it. All right. So why are you not happy? Cannot resolve method. Set action row, array list of action row. I need to be a collection? Really? Okay, well, what if I screw you? Generally, this part I would have usually have copied it up here, say, just to have a copy of it. Just to have had a copy of it, and then I would have typically have done this, so that I built the menu, and then I added it down here, and now No. Why am I not happy with this? Yeah, adding in an rows, which is an action row of this. Oh, right, because we're now setting components. We're setting components, not action rows. Queue. Okay, so that'll queue that up. Alright, so this will make this queue, and it'll should now we go into our Discord listener. This was the start of our button. So if we go into our button listener, come down here, duplicate this, we'll make this here, and we'll call this burning log button. And now if we go into here, we come in and we should be able to get a list of available logs, or being told that we don't have any logs to burn. So if we give this a stop, and because I've got this stopped, I'm also going to run a clean build. Alright, so now we've got this run. I'm going to run the RuneHero. Run the bot. And now we can take a look at our Discord bot here. If we load up this area, now we have the campfire, and if we click on burn logs, I get told that I don't have a tinderbox. Perfect. That's a start. So now I'm gonna turn on my dashboard. And so that everybody can see what we're doing, we're gonna go into the dashboard here. I'm gonna log in. I'm gonna jump onto myself here. And this is my backpack. So there's an issue with me adding items for some reason, and I'm not looking to dig into that right now. So if I change this to break, what was it? 211? Yeah. So now I get told I don't have any logs because I do in fact now have a tinderbox. And I know that because if I come in here and we go all the way to the end, so if we go to page 10, we can see here the tinderbox is ID 211. So now I need some logs. So now if I go back into my hero's profile, I really got to get that search feature working again on the dashboard. Logs, 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 logs. Pickaxes, ores, fish. There's logs. Okay, so normal log is number 160. If I say 160 and save, theoretically that should... Dashboard doesn't like to update, but if I jump to my hero, if I look at their backpack, I've got a tinderbox and normal logs. Now if I was to explore and try to burn logs, I should get a select menu with a list of logs that I have in my inventory that I can burn. Perfect. So now I want to handle, clicking on this needs to handle the submission of the select menu. So got a little bit more background-ish. Sorry, that was kind of loud on my end. So now we need to go and make a new select menu. So now we're into menus, implementations. I guess I'm going to copy and paste the cooking selection, as that's a fair example. This is going to be a fire making log selection. Yeah, I'm gonna add it. I'm gonna correct the date to 12/11. Dear Lord, Christmas is coming fast. All right, so I'm gonna to the burn log. All right, so I need to underscore this, and then we're going to concatenate the ID of the user. That's right. Okay, so now we're going to take this select log to burn. We're going to come in here, select log to burn, do this, get the ID, do the comparison, make sure that the person is who they are, grab the owner so we know who... we now have a copy of the hero profile, the value, which is the selected option, and we're going to get because apparently you can do multi-option selects. So we're going to grab the selected value, and the value is of course the ID of the log that we're looking to burn. So this is going to be log, I suppose. Log to burn is going to be we're going to get this as an item manager dot that. Okay, so now we're going to, now we have the log that we're looking to burn. So what am I looking to do now? Now I need to, from the log, I need to know which log. So model, entities, props, logs. I need to know which one of these I'm burning based off of the ID. So what I'm going to need to do in here is make a new method to be able to a static method so that I can get a log based off of an ID number. So that way, because I do need to be able to come in here and say, okay, in this case, get fire making experience. So this just sets up the null that if there is no fire making experience already, like if it's null, then I'm setting it up to 0. But what I need to know, what I need to know down here is, do we have the fire making level to light the selected log? So okay, so now we are going to event dot per edit First off, once we verified that we have the level to light it, we then want to set the original message to attempting to light a fire. And then from there, we're going to go down beneath it. There's going to be a quick little piece of logic basically seeing to see, because each log does have a durability and a level to light. So what I want to make sure, or what I want to... Yeah, there we go. Fix that. Jesus, that was weird. What I want to make sure is that the durability is going to be something that's going to be affecting level to... I'm going to be taking the level to light, and I'm going to be normalizing this, so that means, what that means is I'm going to be making it so that if this player's level to require is 15, and say they have level 20, then I'm going to normalize it and say, level 15, 20, subtract the 15, so that we know that we are 5 levels above what we need to light this. That way we know we are, in fact, more skilled in lighting these lower level fires. And then I want to use that number to generate a chance, so that way the higher that number is, theoretically, the more likely you are to light that. The bigger the gap, the bigger the chance to light the fire successfully. Durability, I haven't fully decided what that effect is going to be, or what that durability-ness is going to be used for, but it's going to be in conjunction with the difference here. And that's going to be the probability of lighting the fire. So I believe I'm going to need to write a a chunk of code for a fire making logic, sort of like I done for the other skills, except, yeah, okay. I think I know what to do. Um, I'm very sorry for this, though. I do need to take a quick little break. It's kind of unexpected, but I will be back in just a moment. I do apologize, and we will get right to this. my god, I'm so sorry about that. Jeepers. Okay. So, where are we at? 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 Okay, so, this is going to need to implement some actual game logic. So, network processes, game activities, skills. Sorry about that. Coughing up a lung. All right. So, next we want to perform some logic here. So we want to be able to, we know the log we want to burn, and I need to, okay, so I'm getting too ahead of myself here. So in here, I need to be able to get a log. So we're gonna have a public static log, get log, IID, return. Interesting. No, that's not how we're doing it. That's not how we're doing that. Actually, these logs to burn. This log is an item log. Okay. Not an enum. These available logs are the available log IDs, not the enums. Okay, just rethinking my design here, guys. If I want to return an enum, or if I just want to return a list of logs. Okay, so the other option is to come in here and write and I mean, the simplest way to do that is to do values dot any match. No, I don't want an any match because that's a Boolean. I guess I'm gonna go loop over the values. Oh, look at that. So I'm gonna loop over the values. Yep. I want to filter the log to see if the log equals this ID. And I want to return that, or else, yeah, no, that's valid. Cool, I'm okay with that. So okay, so we're gonna come up here. We're gonna do this. We're gonna say var log equals logs dot get log to burn by log to burn dot get item ID. It's supposed to be a capital I, Mike. Go. Now we have the log. Now look at that. I'm not looking to edit message. I'm looking to send. Oh, maybe I am looking to edit. What? No, I'm looking to reply. Reply with this. Just because I want to stick with what I'm doing. We do that. Do this. There we go. All right. So we don't have the level to do this. we're going to simply just return back that you do not appear to be skilled enough to light the blah blah blah. So then now we know that we do have the level. So now we come down and we're going to edit the original message saying that we're attempting to light a fire. Now, okay, so now we need to know and I'm most likely going to be extracting this out later because this method is going to get fucking huge. But don't go behind me, Bubble. Jeez. Bubble's flip-flopping everywhere, going all over the place. Like, oh. Alright. So, attempt to light fire, do this. Okay, so we want to know fire normalized skill level. Jeepers cripers. So this is going to be the get level for this minus log.get level required. So that's the normalized level. Okay. And that's how many levels above the requirement level I am. So so now we need a little bit of randomness in here too. I want to know if okay. What is a way to be a little bit different here? So the log durability was say, 1, and my level was my normalized skill levels will say was 5. Um hmm, I guess this is why I'm going to need to stick this into a different thing. I can't do this here. I'm going to need to go into a cooking, I guess something similar to cooking activity. I'm going to copy and paste the cooking activity, and I'm going to call it fire making activity. We're going to pop into here, we're going to add this. I'm going to come and correct the date, because this date is now the 12/11, I believe. Okay, this is going to do this. This is cooking source, raw meat, so I'm not going to need any of that. Not going to need any of that. Set skill is fire making. Setting up the object, I don't think I actually need that. I don't think I need that. Initializing, this is the string selection, so this is me just handing in the event, okay. Okay, so I need to get some real estate here. A lot of this stuff is horse shit. Okay, so if I'm coming through here as a okay. Initialize. How did I start? How do I execute skill session? Okay, so the skiller, the backpack. Since with the backpack, I am. So I'm gonna have this. Okay. Um. Okay, so hero is the skiller. That is okay. Backpack. I don't think I need the back. Oh yeah, I do need the backpack. I'm gonna say this value. The. Okay. Then I don't necessarily need an embed. Although, let's go with this. So I basic want this. I think this, and that's going. Okay. So that's going to take care of this. Don't appear to be skilled enough to like this. So now down here we need fire logic. Okay, so don't need this. I think. So I definitely don't need the backpack. Um, 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 any of that. I think I'm just pick of it. This cancel reason. There's no reason to cancel. So all the log attempting. So check to see if we expired. And if the book expired, do this. I don't think anywhere is. Yeah. Interesting how I set this up originally. Just trying to burn one log. Do I need all of this excess noise? Like, do I need that at all? Action, where is it called? Called inside of action is called action. It's just updating the embed message. Uh, I don't think I actually need this. I don't think I actually. I don't think I need that method right now. Um, this is supposed to just be the best meat. Yeah, it's just supposed to be getting the best meat the person can cook, which I don't necessarily need that. I don't need the compare method. I'm just burning what is selected. So I ultimately did want this. So that's that and that. Now I want to know successfully skill level. That's the normalized skill level. That technically works. I'm posting this into some logic. Oh. Skill level, log durability. Okay. Oh, level. This has a percent to fail, which I don't need that. And a level requirement. That handles the player's level. That takes the level required. Percent to fail. I don't actually know why that. feel like this is going to wind up being the log's durability. And the burn chance would be, feel should be log durability minus my effectiveness. So this potentially would be like 1 minus 5. If that has the chance to be 1 minus 5. Cool. So if this was 1 minus 5, that does go into the negative. I don't want to necessarily go into the negative, so maybe I want to flip this and be the effectiveness minus the durability. That's kind of the normalized level here. So if I'm skill level 20, this is level required is say 15. It's going to leave me with 5. We got +1 to be 6 as the effectiveness. I think I want to flip this and say 6 minus the durability, which again would technically take that down to in my head I'm using this one. Durability is 2. So in theory, 2, that would be 6 minus 2, leaving us with 4. +1 is a chance of 5 to burn. This gives us a chance of 5. Okay. Just so I can work something out here. Now, the RNG is going to be random.get. This get is going to be anything between 0 and 1, for example. So if the RNG is greater than or equal to, in our case, we'll say 0.01 times 5. We got a 5% chance to fail. Okay, so if my RNG is greater than that 5%, I'm theoretically going to light the log. Now, let's move that out of the way and let's run this. Let's run these numbers at theoretical max. So if the player's level was 99 and they were cutting a tree that was level 1, it's going to be 98, 99 for effectiveness. The log's durability, let's say if it was 1, we're looking at 98, 99 for the burn chance. So then we're looking down here and we're saying, okay, we've got a 99% chance to burn. So this here technically, I believe, needs to be less than the RNG. We have this is giving us a rough random percent, and if that is less than our burn chance, burn. Yeah, that's right. This is all off the cuff. I didn't really actually think anything through with this, so I'm just kind of ballparking. So now I just basically want to say, okay, if we were successful, so if everything was successful, we want to basically tell them that they've successfully lit the log, but we're looking to do a little more than that. So we've successfully lit the log, so I want to go into my hero. No, I want to go into my backpack, and we're going to remove the log to burn, just one of them. And then if actually, no, I'm looking to say if we remove this. That's a Boolean, I believe. Yeah, that's a Boolean. And if I remember correctly, this also comes through and updates the player's backpack, which does this, which updates the player's backpack. Okay, perfect. So, if I go back into this activity here, next things that we need to do is to grant them something similar to that. So, Skiller, set fire making XP. I think I had another way to do that. Whatever. No, we'll just do this. Get experience returned. So we're going to take the person's current level and add fire making XP. I'm pretty sure I have a better way to do that, so I can also double check for level up. I know my cooking activity, I did this, and like I did a check for level up and whatnot. So scale it. That's what I'm looking to do. Okay, so if I've successfully removed, or get rid of this, removed an item, then we're going to come in here and go this, do that. So we're going to add skill XP to the fire making skill, and if we actually leveled up, then we are going to give them a message stating that they've leveled up. Okay, so that is handling the leveled up logic. Next, what other logic are we handling here? Of course, this updates hero records, so very so now if we've updated the so now once we've updated the record after we've leveled up, we want to make sure that we update the profile. And now that we're in here, we want to here's where we're getting funky. So fire was lit. Okay, so here is where the fire was lit. How am I doing this? Okay, because I don't know how, because I need to... I need to think about how I'm setting the... Because right now, the region, when you load the region that you're in, it is going to do a check. Or there should be a check to see if this campfire... if the camp... Because here we're checking to see if the current location we're in has cooking. We're going to check to see if it has campfire, and if it's not lit, we need to light it, or we need to give the option to light. Otherwise, we want to say that if the campfire is lit, we want to present a cooking option with the button that says roast instead of cook. So now I need a way, checking if campfire is lit, I need to override this inside of the given location that I'm in. So in my case, where are we at? Map, location. I am in the mining guild in my specific case. So I'm going to come into Feldor's mining guild. And in here, I need to override that Boolean. So I'm going to come down here and we're going to stick this is campfire lit Boolean here. Yeah. This is where it gets difficult. You skill utility, get rid of the button listener, get rid of the logs. Just now that I've gone through, I need to basically say that I need to find a way to set a flag in the hero. No, I can't do that. Oh, how can I do this? Okay, so I'm trying to make it so that the player can keep track if they've lit a fire at their current location. Okay, so now that way I can come in here and simply say hero dot profile dot set lit fire at current location. Setting that to true. And if I've updated the person, I want the heroes explore embed, I suppose, dot get embed manager dot load hero embed. I don't know if this is going to work. This might work. So what I'm hoping is going to work is if I've lit the fire, I'm going to set it here to light the fire, and then I'm going to update the hero record, and then I'm basically going to reload the hero's region. So this is going to load up the region that they're in, and hopefully populate the proper. Hopefully, it has the proper stuff. Because now when I have these campfire lits, I can go into the specific location. So in my case, the mining guild. And I don't have any way of tracking specific hero. Fuck. Shit. Okay, okay. So when I come into here, I do not have any way. I don't actually have a way to tell. Okay. I need a way so that my location is not tracking the hero that's in it. Neighboring locations. Crap. Okay, I need to rethink this. So I can't just do this. Mining guild, neighbors. There's no way I know which one is there. So mining guild when I enter the region. And I call load regions. Load regions is at the beginning of everything. I don't have a way to say, is this manager? I need to rethink when a player enters a region. Shoot. Wait a minute. So load this. Load explore interface. Okay. So what if I say has local cooking, but if I pass in it's not null and not empty, it has this. Okay. That's just going to get cooking sources. That doesn't know about campfire. Okay. Okay, so maybe I can do that. Okay. So what I'm thinking here is getting the skill buttons, I'm passing in the string for the Discord ID. So I think I might take this is campfire lit, and I might pass in that Discord user ID. And I'm going to add that string here, taking in this. Okay. 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 So this is then going to just return that for now. I'm going to go into the mining guild. In here, I want to... What am I going to do here? I'm going to implement... Okay. And now this is going to set this is a little bit of this, and this is going to go to here. Okay. But now I need a way to also set this to false whenever I leave a region. So I need to go back into my buttons. No, it's not my buttons. It is another select menu. City travel selection. This is one of them. That's actually kind of an easier way to do it than that's loading the Hero Explorer. This is also trying to load the Hero Explorer. Would that not be a cleaner way to do it? Cool. All right. Okay. So that's going to load up the current Explorer. Okay. So now, default, when I make a city selection, I am going to owner dot set lit fire at current location to false. So that way it's set up at the start, and then we are going to move that there. So this is a little bit cleaner for me. There we go. All right, so there we go. So now, whenever we travel to a new city, and I have to do the same for dungeons, we're now going to be setting our lit to false. So that way, only when we actually light are we actually lighting. So now we're going to go into wherever we are traveling. There is withdrawal, unequipped, open store, mob fight, storage, fishing, deposit, cooking, class. City travel might be the only one I'm doing. I thought I was doing also some port traveling. Although I guess this probably is just a catch-all for everything. I can't even remember. However, let's... Okay. Let's go through and make sure we got everything here. We're doing this. Select the log you want to burn. Fire making log selection. We're going to come through. And this is going to be doing a new fire making activity. Okay. So this, we're going to say new making activity. I'm not setting the object to anything because we don't actually have an object. So we're going to set up the fire making activity to the owner, and then we're going to execute the skill session. When does initiating the skill activity come in? Executing the skill session. Okay, so we check to see if we're busy, and if we're not, we update the record and we go. That's when we then initiate, and that is our log burning fire making activity. Okay, so in here, we come through. If we level up, if we light it and we level up, we get a congrats. Otherwise, we just update that we lit a fire at this location. Okay. So let's go ahead and stop everything. Once again, run a clean build. And now we're going to take a look and see what it looks like after we are done with the build. We will turn on our back end, turn on our bot. And we'll pop up. Whoop. Have I had that open this whole time? Oh my god. Way to not see me write code. I totally goofed that. I am sorry. So now we're gonna go for the burning log attempt. We have a normal log. We are gonna go nowhere. So select menu listener. So I totally forgot to do this. So here's where we're gonna duplicate this. Call this select log to burn, and then call this the fire making log selection. There. Now we're going to stop everything, run a clean build. Sorry guys, I forgot about one thing, making it so that this one actually triggers. So now we're doing a clean build, and once the build is done, we're going to rerun our bot and see what happens. So rerun the back end, rerun the bot, come back into Discord, select that we want to burn, say that it's a normal log. Shit, we had an error. I replied to it. Oops. Okay. So we goofed something. This wasn't meant to be event.defer. Okay. Event.defer. Okay. Hook, edit original. Believe. But now get hook.send message, yeah. Then when we try to load this through the event.hook, so why did I reply to that and not edit? It should have been an edit, not a reply. The only reply should have been, if you're not skilled enough. Okay, so okay, so you deferred it, even though I deferred it up here. Okay, so what if I get rid of this one? What if I get rid of this, stop this, clean, Sorry, I'm just running a clean build on here to see if I can figure out. How many times did I reply to this? Yay. That was interesting. All right, let's turn this back on so that I can click on this burn log button again. Select the log to burn. Wait. Interesting. Okay, so I clicked the button, and the button itself, let's pop this over here. So this is the button code itself here. Snug this up. So, okay. Don't have, reply embeds. Oh my god. Cheapers. Alright, stop this. Run a clean build again. I hate that I have to run clean build every time. I absolutely hate this. This is probably the worst thing that JetBrains ever did. Something with this build that I've got now, I can't just rerun the project and have it rebuild. When I rerun the project, it doesn't clean out my my build files and doesn't rebuild itself. It's really fucking stupid. So now if I click on the wrong embed, no, don't report it, delete it. Okay, so if I'm in my embed message here and I click on burn logs, it brings me up a drop down now like it should. Okay, and if I select a log, okay, I get told that I'm attempting to burn the fire, to light a fire. Something doesn't seem quite right. And actually, I'm curious. If my hero profile interesting how because this is zoomed in, I get things cut off. I got 0 fire making XP and lit fire at current location is in fact false. I wonder if that's because the way I was setting it when I moved into the embed. So if I just hard edit this to true, I want to see if it will work. And now if I were to reload this embed, if I pop to my hero, pop back to my exploration, yeah, you'll notice that this now says roast. So I should be able to theoretically cook. Select the cooking source, the campfire, and I don't have anything to cook. But as you can see, it works. But now I just need to figure out, again, if I were to travel away, go to Faldor, And then if I was to travel back into the mining guild, the fire is still lit. So apparently when I traveled, it did not do what I expect. Okay. So. Okay. So now we're going to pop in because something's clearly going sideways. I love when things go sideways on live. That's great. So this is not... Okay. Let's go back to the basics. When I go to burn a log, I set up the option, I give it the burn menu, we set up this, and come in through here, and then when I finally select it, okay, this goes through and executes this fire making skill, which comes over to this fire making activity. And we come through. Okay. And maybe this needs to be what I had it as before. Maybe. Maybe. We'll find out. So, I'm going to come back into my database right quick so that I can come into here and change my true back to a false. There we go. Get that back to a false. Close use. Stop all of these. Open up Gradle. Run it clean. Run a build. I hate doing this. Okay. So now we rerun the bot and the back end. Well, the back end and now the bot. And I'm going to say travel to Feldor. You can't see what I'm doing. So travel to Feldor. I'm going to travel my ass back into the guild. And now I have a button to burn logs. So I can click on burn logs, logs to burn, normal logs, and then nothing happened. It turned to attempting to burn logs, or attempting to light a fire, which it did here, and then it went into here, which it doesn't look like it actually did anything. I don't even know if it does this. Okay, so this is the bot. I'm going to come into the bot and rerun it in debug mode. See if I can actually debug this. So I'm going to say normal logs. And stuff was updated. Cool. I hate that my debugging tools do not work. God, JetBrains, why did you pooch this? So if I place the breakpoint, you'll see here that this just comes back and says, yeah, cool, it was all good. So, we got to do um, some fun magic here. I am just going to be lazy and io dot print line adding fire making XP. Cool. So there's me adding a printout line there. Da-da-da-dum. And I'm also going to do an io dot updated hero record. Sure. I'm going to rerun this and see if it works. I'm betting it's not going to work, and I'm going to have to rerun. Yeah, I do not know what they did, but whatever they did, I now have to do a clean build every time I want something to work. Okay. So now, run the back end, run the bot. I'm going to say I want to attempt to burn. Like, what the fuck is coming back with updated hero record? Like this? Why is nothing printing? Turn on the bot, turn on the back end. Say burn logs. We're gonna... What? The fuck you mean real item is null? What? Is this just because I don't have any logs to burn? Did I actually burn the last log that I had? What? I can't even open up my thing because real item is null? What? What? Turn everything off. What the fuck? Clean build? Like, what the hell went wrong here? Okay. Turn on the back end. Turn on the bot. Now my backpack loads fine. Okay. Burn logs. So attempting to light a fire prints. So this prints. Then I come into here. Okay, so what the hell is going on here? Hmm. Run the back end. Oh, didn't build, did it? Run the back end. Run the bot. Click on burn log. Select the log. Okay. I think this might be my problem. that might be my issue, is that I'm not returning a message if we failed. So I could just be failing to light the logs. So once again, clean, build, coffee. I will be back in just a moment. Oh my god, I'm muted. So, I just realized I was muted. I am going to be calling it for the day. I'm about to start my day. We do have a printout now saying that our burn chance and our success and our chance to our RNG and our burn chance, we've got a 1% chance to actually burn this log at level 1, which is a little bit too low. So we need to work some magic to readjust some logic here. We're currently basing this off the player's level, the durability of the log, and the level requirement to do it. We're normalizing the level. We're then taking the burn chance based off we're taking the durability off of the effectiveness, adding 1, and of course it's coming back with 0.1. It's giving us a 1% chance because, 1 times this is 1. So, I need to do some playing around with some numbers and some simulations and whatnot to see what I can come up with for a better formula. I might just look and see what RuneScape has and take a look at their mathematical formula and kind of bounce it off that. But either way, we are going to call it pause here for the live stream for today. Tomorrow, we will pick up where we had left off. We'll make some adjustments. We'll add in, hopefully we'll get the fire making aspect working, because now we just need to up those numbers. We'll make it so that you can actually burn a fire, and from there we will maybe expand on our fire making skill a bit, and we'll make it so that once there's a fire burning or a campfire burning, maybe we want the option to add logs or to continuously throw logs into the fire, and we'll do a way that's just sort of an automated bonfire-like thing where you can just continue to throw the logs that you have in your inventory into a fire, sort of like we do with fishing and cooking and mining, where you or with cooking and fishing and mining, where you add items into the inventory. We'll just do it the other way around and start taking items out of the inventory as we burn them. So, if you're interested to see where this bot goes, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Get notified when I go live, when I'm working on the bot. If you would like to see more progress or get involved yourself, or maybe suggest things for the bot, by all means, I have a Discord linked in the description here. You can get in, you can test the bot yourself. Maybe you want to play around yourself with it and see how it works. By all means, feel free to join the Discord, get involved with our community. And as always, keep your curiosity open, your skills sharp, and that coffee cup full. I'll catch you in the next one, guys.